The Crusades were a series of religious wars fought between the 11th and 13th centuries. Initiated by the Roman Catholic Church, these campaigns represented a dramatic attempt to seize control of the Holy Land, a region of immense religious significance to Christians. Pope Urban II in 1095 issued a call to arms that would reverberate throughout Europe. He urged Christian knights to take up arms, promising them both spiritual and earthly rewards for their service in this holy cause. The Church's declaration of holy war was met with a fervor that is difficult to comprehend in the modern era. Christians across Europe, from peasants to kings, believed that they had a sacred duty to liberate the Holy Land from Muslim control. This widespread belief, fueled by religious zeal and a thirst for adventure, underpinned the massive mobilization of manpower and resources that characterized the Crusades. The Pope's call to action was not solely motivated by religious conviction, however. The Byzantine Empire, centered in Constantinople, was under increasing pressure from the Seljuk Turks. By aiding the Byzantines, the Pope hoped to heal the schism that had divided the Eastern and Western churches for centuries. The Crusades, therefore, represented a complex interplay of religious, political, and strategic motivations. The primary objective of the Crusades was to wrest control of the Holy Land from Muslim rule. This region, encompassing modern-day Israel, Palestine, and parts of Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon, held profound religious significance for Christians. It was here that Jesus Christ had lived, preached, and ultimately died on the cross. For centuries, Christian pilgrims had journeyed to the Holy Land to walk in the footsteps of Jesus, to pray at sacred sites, and to seek spiritual renewal. By the 11th century, however, access to the Holy Land for Christian pilgrims had become increasingly difficult. The Seljuk Turks, a powerful Muslim dynasty, had conquered much of the region. While the Seljuks did not initially prevent Christian pilgrimage, their presence in the Holy Land was seen as an affront by many in the West. The Crusades, therefore, were partly driven by a desire to restore unfettered Christian access to these sacred sites. The Church also sought to eliminate competing religions in the Holy Land, aiming to establish Christian dominance. This goal reflected a worldview common in medieval Europe, where religious intolerance was the norm. The Crusades, in essence, were an expression of this intolerance on a grand scale. The Crusades attracted a diverse array of participants from across Europe. While knights, driven by chivalry and the prospect of glory, formed the backbone of the Crusader armies, they were by no means the only ones who heeded the call to arms. Peasants, motivated by a combination of religious fervor and the hope of escaping their dreary lives, joined the Crusades in droves. For these individuals, the journey to the Holy Land offered a chance for adventure, redemption, and perhaps even a better life. The Crusades also attracted a significant number of women, although their roles were often overlooked by chroniclers of the time. Some women disguised themselves as men to fight alongside their husbands or brothers, while others served as camp followers, providing essential services such as cooking, washing, and nursing the wounded. A small number of women even rose to positions of leadership, such as Ida of Austria, who led her own contingent of crusaders during the First Crusade. The Crusades, despite their military nature, also attracted individuals who were more interested in pilgrimage than warfare. These individuals, often referred to as armed pilgrims, traveled to the Holy Land to fulfill religious vows or to seek spiritual enlightenment. They often traveled alongside the Crusader armies, hoping for protection from bandits and hostile forces. The Crusades unfolded primarily in two interconnected theaters of war, Asia Minor and the Levant. Asia Minor, encompassing most of modern-day Turkey, served as a crucial land bridge between Europe and the Holy Land. Crusader armies, marching overland from Europe, had to traverse this vast and often hostile territory, battling both the Seljuk Turks and the harsh conditions of the Anatolian Plateau. The Levant, encompassing the eastern shores of the Mediterranean Sea, was the ultimate destination for the Crusaders. It was here, in the heart of the Holy Land, that the fate of the Crusades would be decided. The Crusaders fought a series of bloody battles against various Muslim powers, including the Seljuks, the Fatimids of Egypt, and later the Ayyubids under the leadership of the legendary Saladin. The Crusader presence in the Levant was marked by a series of victories and defeats. The First Crusade, for instance, culminated in the capture of Jerusalem in 1099, a victory that sent shockwaves throughout the Muslim world. The Crusaders established a series of Crusader states in the Levant, including the Kingdom of Jerusalem, the County of Tripoli, and the County of Edessa. These fragile outposts of Christendom would be fiercely contested for the next 2 centuries.